Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. I got one thing to say. I'm only gonna give you tears or yelling. Which one you want? I love that. This episode, I'm definitely all team Bailey. It's time to talk about the challenge. I have so much to say. I'm going to try to say what I got to say quickly because when I look at my analytics, people don't like to look at long videos. And I understand. I think 15, 20 minutes is about all people want to give to YouTube. So I'm going to try to give it to you. If I go over, please be patient. I have a lot to say. The first thing I want to say is KC should have never been trusted. Like, I feel like I have been kind of harsh on Bailey and Swaggy. I feel like some of what I said about them is valid and was validated tonight. Like, you all isolated yourselves. You all did not play this social game to your full strength. You kind of was like, my husband here, I'm good. That's not how you work it on a challenge. But to me, and Casey showed it tonight, she should have never been trusted. I would have never trusted Casey coming into this house. To me, she did your ass wrong on Big Brother, and she doing it all over again. Kind of like Rogan with D. They showed you who they were, and then you get mad when they do it to you again. But let's move on. Let's get into this episode. Swaggy left last week. All right. Whatever. So, the first major point of this episode is people are starting to peep, or are the editors just starting to show? People are starting to talk about Casey and Nani. Are they friends? Are they more than friends? What we see on the TV, my light just went out. We gonna keep it moving. What we see on the TV, it looks like if I was Casey's girlfriend, I would have a problem. All that touching, reaching in, pulling away, then reaching in, grabbing you, bringing you all up in my face, and we rubbing cheeks and all that, and hugging and cuddling and whatever else y'all doing that we did not see on camera. It wouldn't have been a good look for me. If it was my man, I would have had a problem with it. But and then they admitted to some kind of kiss. Like, I almost got a kiss where you kind of got a kiss. And I'm like, oh, hold up. Now, Bailey is alone. Swaggy is gone. Poor Bailey. But to me, they needed to be on this show separately. I don't think they'll ever be successful on any competition show together unless they flip the game plan. It can't just be me and my husband, me and my wife. That's all I need. You need more than that in this game. And when Fessy, in his confessional, Fessy says Bailey has no ties in this game and it may be too late for her. To me, at the very beginning of the episode, when Fessy made that statement, I already knew what was up because I kind of called it weeks ago. Like, once Wes went home, who else do you have? Because even Wes's people, like D, Bananas, like the people Wes was working with, they didn't even have your back when he left. So you really ain't gained anything by being friends with Wes. Now, I had to ask myself, Angie, did you change your mind about the things you said about Bailey and Swaggy? And I think I kind of answered that already. I feel like this episode validated a lot of things of what I was saying, that Bailey and Swaggy isolated themselves and they didn't make friends with other people within the game like their other Big Brother partners did. Even Josh, to some point, is friends with people outside of Big Brother, if it's delusional or not. They didn't talk to anyone else. So when it came down to the point to where you sitting in the house solo, you can't look around and be like, well, it's Big Brother all the way now, when it wasn't Big Brother all the way in the beginning. Now, I don't want to get into all that because, like I said, I'm Team Bailey 100% this episode. I just feel like You can't come into the game and only spend time with your husband and Wes, and then when it comes down to it, expect everyone else to flip it when you need it to be flipped. I don't know. I just feel like if they come back, make friends with other people. Like, I don't know. Because I just seen other couples in the game, they don't play it that way. Like, even when Brad and Brittany were on there. And I guess it's not fair because, like, Tori and Jordan, it's not fair because those people have been on challenges single before, so they have already established friendships. But for you to come on this challenge, your rookie season as a married couple, and not try to establish any other friendships outside of the one friendship you already had with Wes, I don't know. But anyway, Anissa wants KC to know people are talking about you and Nani. Like, what y'all doing ain't no secret. People are talking, and when you get home, you might have some things to answer to with your girlfriend. And Corey in the background talking about an old player can always recognize a player, and KC is a player. And I'm like, really? I'm like, I don't know. I just ain't never been no KC fan. I wasn't a KC fan on Big Brother. I didn't understand why she even got invited onto the challenge because her personality is not entertaining. She wasn't entertaining on Big Brother. Moving on. So, do we think Nani is politicking KC, or is KC politicking Nani? I'm going to move this just a little bit. I'm sorry, y'all. I feel like I'm kicking it. I feel like I can see it both ways. Like, to me, KC doesn't need to politic with Nani because Nani has no pull in the game. Like, Nani is a vet, okay, but I can see Nani attaching herself to KC, who is a strong performer in the game, and needing KC more than KC ever needed Nani. Because when KC wanted her skull, she just volunteered herself and she was in there. So, I don't know. It's got me kind of looking at Nani like, because you see she was just on Asoff the very first episode, but now the very first week you was jumping on Penis, but now you soulmates with KC, who already got a girl, but that's your soulmate. I'm calling bullshit with Nani. Let's talk about, because I still got a lot to say. I don't want to start talking about every little bitty thing. Now, I said, let's talk about Big Brother real quick. In Big Brother, KC was always known to be, call it what it is, a floater. She floated to where the power was, and the power was always with Tyler. So she never had no reason to backstab Tyler. And KC on Big Brother, yes, she flirted with Bailey. One thing I didn't like that Bailey did this episode is she was always saying, on Big Brother, KC was in my bed and she was sleeping with me. And I'm like, you starting to sound like a jealous girlfriend. Like, your whole point is, me and KC were, the point Bailey was trying to make the whole episode is me and KC were like this, and you backstabbed me, point blank, period. Let's keep it moving. Now the challenge was some kind of puzzle, and I love those puzzles because I have the app on my phone. It's not a car, it's with blocks, and you have to move them and slide them out of the hole. It can get hard, but if you're used to doing that, because like I can do them now in like a few seconds, but I am still on the easy ones. But I love those kind of puzzles, so I love that challenge. What I didn't like about this challenge is the editing made it seem like Team 2 won. Like, Bailey was the one who figured out that puzzle. She helped her team, and it seemed like they did it like this. where team one was constantly fighting. And why? Okay, Rogan, when did he become the puzzle master? But can't nobody talk. Rogan is going to be the one to figure out the puzzle. I can understand that, having one person figure it out. But clearly, Rogan didn't know what he's doing. Anissa is like, I know we need to move this cart in the corner. Jenny, I can't tell if Jenny's strategy was right or wrong, or if she just wanted to be talking. But Jenny was like, why don't we try this, wrong, try that? And Ariel was like, no. Listen to Rogan. But Bananas can give his 2 cents. And then Bananas was the one who eventually figured it out. So I just didn't like that. I didn't like how the girls were told to shut up, but Bananas could say what he wanted to say when he was ready to figure it out. Moving on from that, okay, I already said team one wins. Nani is on team one, so we already know she volunteering herself. Bailey and Melissa are on team two, so now they got to fight for this house vote. And let's get into it, because that's when it first all starts out. Number one, Bailey goes up to KC. She wants to know what's up. You know, can she depend on her for the house vote? Now, they flash back and show Nani already told KC, look, I'm putting myself in. I want to go against Melissa, not Bailey. Remember that. So KC, for whatever reason, feels like I want Nani to get her red skull before Bailey. Why? The only person you should be worried about is Jenny. That's the one who you got to beat. To me, Jenny is the girl to beat. But so Nani wants to go in against Melissa. So KC's, being that she doing whatever she doing with Nani, I don't know, but her loyalty is now to Nani, so she's going to give Nani what she wants. So now we get to this house vote. I got my notes all over the place. KC tells Bailey, because number one, KC comes in to talk to Bailey about the house vote, and Bailey is in the bed. She's already sad or whatever, because she already knows what's going down. Bailey already peeped game. She probably remembered a little bit back from Big Brother, like she gonna give it to Melissa. And Bailey was like, you're not voting for Nani, you voting for Melissa, and you don't, why you give a fuck about Melissa? Like, Nani's already in there. So, but what was funny is Bailey was in the bed with her bonnet on, and she was like, you embarrassing me. You can't talk to me until when I come out of here and I ain't got my bonnet on. I was like, not the bonnet, Bailey. Like, I understand. Casey brings up that her and Swaggy isolated themselves. She says some Big Brother shit. Bailey, you think I should piss off the house or just piss you off? So is Casey trying to say everybody in the house wants Melissa to go into elimination? No, because if that was the case, it would have been a landslide vote. I feel like Casey was complete trash the way she handled this situation. And I don't understand how, I just didn't, like, to me, KC didn't, I ain't even gonna go about all these notes, because KC didn't know how to vote for Melissa without shitting on Bailey. KC could have point blank period said, Bailey, in this game, you and Swaggy isolated yourselves. I have now given my loyalties to Nani, and she wants to go against Melissa, so I'm voting for Melissa. Point blank period. But KC did so much fuck shit where I could see why Bailey did what she did. Now, number one, Bailey already knows after this conversation, as she's walking into the votes, that she doesn't have Casey's vote. So she doesn't fight for it. And everyone's like, Bailey, you didn't fight for it. And I'm like, what do you want Bailey to do? You want her to yell and scream for what? Kyle is going to change his vote? Are you telling me all that yelling and screaming was going to cause D to change her vote? Not that bitch. They was just fighting on the tank the other week. So I don't understand what you all wanted her to say. She already went. She already knew where the votes were, and she knew the swing vote was KC. She already gave her case to KC, and KC said no. So what else do you want for her to do? You just want her to entertain you at the nominations? I guess that's what it was. Now, anyway, after the nominations, I did like the moment where Nelson went to go check on Bailey, because Bailey did lose it. She cried. She was like, I'm about to have a panic attack. Fuck these bitches. Anyway, she ain't quit. So they go to the bar later on that night. Now, in the bar scene, the bar scene let me know when KC was talking to Nani that KC has not watched Nan's season of The Challenge with Nani on it. KC is bigging up Nani like, yeah, Nani, you got this. You're smart. You're good at these challenges. Matter of fact, you a badass. People are scared to go against you. And I'm like, bitch, who? Bitch, who is scared to go against Nani? Nani is a vet, but she's a layup vet. Nani has always been a layup. People always save Nani for the end so they can go in against her. Like, Nani ain't won no challenges. Has Nani even been to a final? Even if she has, she hasn't been on her own. She's probably been with a teammate, and she probably was the one who caused them to lose that final. So, Casey, go learn your history. Now we have the tribunal. To me, the tribunal is some bullshit. It's just a waste of time for the tribunal to be entertained by the Casey and Bailey drama. But in the tribunal, Casey was saying some things that I'm like, none of this is necessary, because we already all know why you voted for Melissa. You saying this extra shit is just shitting on you and Bailey's friendship. Casey takes the opportunity to say, Bailey, everyone wanted to know why Bailey was so quiet in nominations. And she was like, Bailey was so quiet in nominations because she knows, everybody knows every word out of her mouth is going to be a lie, that she's full of shit. And I'm like, what? Everybody said Bailey is full of shit? Or everything that comes out of her mouth is some bullshit? And so I want to know, and I already know the answer to this, but let's say Casey and Nani were never a thing. Let's say Asif is still around and Nani is over playing on his penis a little bit more, and her and KC were never really a thing, and this same elimination would have came up. Would you have voted for Bailey then? I say still no. I say KC has never been Bailey's friend. Bailey was delusional in ever thinking that Casey was your friend. Casey shitted on you in Big Brother, and she is shitting on you again right now. So now it's Bailey's turn. Bailey comes in there, and you know she's saying her case, and she says, Nani, you got what you want. So, I mean, what we in here talking for? And Bailey is like, what do you mean? I mean, Nani's like, what do you mean? And she was like, you got what you want. If it wasn't for you, you know, it wouldn't even be no situation. And to me, Bailey should have kept it between you and KC. Not true enough. Nani is the vehicle for KC to shit on you. But I feel like KC would have shitted on you with Nani or without. So, is it Nani's fault? No, it's your friend's fault, because Nani could have said, yeah, give me Melissa, but KC could have been like, no, Bailey is the one who voted for me to win $500,000. I'm going to at least let her get into the elimination. Nani ain't did shit for you. Or has she? So, Nani is back in the bunker. She bitching and complaining. And Nani said something kind of to set it off like, yeah, and she in there lying on you. And so now Casey is going up, because I just hate, I cringed every time Bailey kept talking about, but we slept together. Like, I was her nanny. On Big Brother, I was nanny. And I'm like, girl, on Big Brother, you found your husband. Why do you even care? Like, it was just cringy. I know what Bailey was trying to say, but the way she was saying it kind of made it seem like she was a sad lover, a little bit jealous. I know she wasn't. I just hated her to keep saying, I wish she just would have stuck it to Casey. I'm like, bitch, I was your friend. You did me wrong. Fuck you. Like, forget all that. I was the nanny on Big Brother. Like, no, forget all of that. So, Casey is now on her way to confront Bailey, because Bailey said they slept together. Now, we all know when Bailey said they slept together, maybe some of the people on the challenge don't watch Big Brother, but on Big Brother, they share beds all the time. I think it's only so many beds in there. So people sleep in the same bed all the time, depending on who's HOH. So we already knew what Bailey was trying to say. But KC wants to take the opportunity to make it seem like, oh, Bailey said we had sex. No. We all know Bailey didn't say that. So Bailey snaps. And I'm here for every ounce of energy Bailey gave to KC, because KC deserved it. I wish she would have cussed her out some more. And the whole time I'm thinking, like, Bailey, please don't come in here with your mouth bleeding. Y'all remember on Big Brother, she cussed Tyler out so good that her mouth started bleeding because she bit the inside of her cheek. And she didn't even realize she bit the inside of her cheek and that blood was running down her face, because that's how angry she was. I was like, Bailey, don't take it there. But anyway, Bailey eventually cusses out Casey. She walks out. And as she calms down and she walks back, she walks past Nani. And she said, you lying ass hoe. Oh, Bailey wants all the smoke. Bailey wants all the smoke. Bailey pulled Nani's card. Because Nani came in the room, was like, did you call me a lying asshole? And she was like, yeah, you are a lying asshole. And Nani did a little bit of yip. And then turned her ass right around and walked out that room. Nani is the one who has jumped into everyone's face. She just jumped into Maddie's face at the beginning of the season because of whatever Maddie was arguing about with Ashley. But Nani didn't want any smoke, because Nani had the nerve to say, and that's why you're scared. And then that's why she walked out. And Bailey was like, I'm not scared of anybody. Very calmly, very like, bitch, you don't want none. And Nani didn't want none because Nani left. And I said, okay, Nani, how is Bailey scared? You are the one who is scared of Bailey. That's why you want to go into elimination against Melissa. But Bailey is scared. Yeah. Oh, okay, Nani. Okay, Nani. That was just hilarious to me, because Bailey was like, I gives no fucks. I wish she would have gave Anissa a little bit too, because Anissa kind of irked me too. Like, Anissa, stay out of it. But this ain't about Anissa. Okay. What else I gotta say? Oh, that's when her and Casey started yelling again. And that's when Bailey gave the line that I loved, because Casey was like, why you yelling? And she was like, bitch, I told you it's either tears or yelling. Which one do you fucking want? And I'm like, I understand that, because when Bailey was crying, people were like, why you crying? When she yelling, why you yelling? Yeah, Bailey, I think, understands her emotions. She knows she's emotional. She probably knew she was going to snap at some point. But she was trying to keep it as tears and not to get in your face. But you came in there and started shit with her first, because she was like, get the fuck out of my room. And to me, the whole time that Casey is trying to explain whatever she's trying to explain about Bailey, she looks like a liar. And the whole time, I'm just remembering Big Brother. I'm like, because even Fessy came in like, look, they weren't anything more than friends. They did spend a lot of time together. They did flirt with each other. But even Fessy said he just thinks that was a smart game move on Casey's part. Which means even Fessy believes Casey used Bailey as a game move in Big Brother, and that none of it is genuine, because to me it's no way you could be a genuine friend and you can't at least be honest and say, I'm voting for Melissa because Nani asked me to. You want to try to drag her in the mud. Don't nobody trust Bailey. Bailey can't be trusted. Everything out of her mouth is bullshit. A friend wouldn't say that about another friend. To me, Casey completely destroyed a friendship for a bitch that could not even win the elimination you were trying to get her protected into. She couldn't even beat Melissa. And that's period. That's kind of the end of my notes. But we went through all this drama. You ruined a whole friendship, which I believe y'all were never friends anyway. But we went through all this drama, and you did all of this bullshit for a bitch that has a track record of not winning eliminations. Bye, Nani. And Melissa did all this shit pregnant. Now, I did, when I was looking at that bar scene, I know Melissa at the time did not know she was pregnant. And Melissa, to me, I guess it's just hindsight 2020. In that dress, I'm like, she clearly looks pregnant and she's down in her shots. And then they're doing this physical wrestling, fighting, elimination. I'm like, oh my God. She has a healthy, beautiful baby. Thank God for that. But you couldn't even beat Melissa. Oh well. Bye, Nani. Who you gonna fight for next week, Casey? And then they kept throwing out there that it's a numbers game. I'm like, what does numbers have to do with anything when you already have your red skull? Who's gonna be pissed off, really, if Casey put Bailey in elimination against Nani? You telling me the whole house is gonna be, who's gonna be pissed? Melissa and Nani. Maybe Kyle. And Kyle ain't even got enough pull to get his own self voted into elimination. So who's really going to be pissed off? I'm over it, y'all. That's the end of the episode. I still have so much more to say. I feel like Casey is full of shit. Bailey voted for you to win $500,000. You could have at least voted for her to go into an elimination. Your girlfriend was already down in there. She was already going to go home against Melissa or Bailey. So why not at least give Bailey that opportunity when she gave you $500,000? I mean, she wasn't the only one, but she was a vote. And you shouldn't have won that $500,000 because you didn't do shit on Big Brother but ride up behind Tyler's tail. I ain't about to go there, y'all. That's the end of it. Get in the comments. Let's read Casey some more in the comments. Like, comment, share, y'all. I will see y'all next week. I can't wait to see what happens on this purge. And I still can't wait to see this hall brawl that I know D is going to be a part of. All right, y'all. Bye.